Hello, friends and foes, fays and fiends, and welcome to Quests and Chaos. My name is Alandra Hileman, my pronouns are she, her, and this month I will be your dungeon master on Tuesday evenings as I usher you through a very spooky and very deadly rendition of Death House Revisited, which is my up-leveled spin on the infamous starter module from Curse of Strahd. Tonight, as every night on this channel, we are sponsored by the Deck of Inspiration, which adds a little more inspiration to your 5th edition games, and also, hopefully, keeps these folks alive as I try to murder them as much as humanly possible. Hooray! If you are interested in getting your own copy of the Deck of Inspiration or any of our #blessed merch, you can go to shop.questsandchaos.com and pick that up. Now's the time to do your holiday shopping. Just saying. We have a bunch of cards and bits left over from last episode, specifically cards left over from last episode. We have so many that I'm not even going to let everybody read them. You will find out as they get used, and boy howdy, I'm sure they will get used tonight, because it's that kind of game, folks. But we do, I believe, have some new inspiration that came in. So let's get that distributed to our harrowed party. First up, we have from our own Vanna Loswin, 2 to the GM and 2 to the players. So I'll just be putting those over here.
Check it.
All right. Oh no, Tom's
Grubby little hand.
Yeah, he's excited.
That's a concern. We also have from Duke Fleeg, we have 2 bits for the players.
Thank you,
If you want to show the players catching these, because this is all the best tossing I'm going to do. Now.
Well, that's why we're not showing.
Yeah, that's why we're not showing it.
This one's not going to balance.
Definitely not
Sorry,
gonna
I'm
forget
looking,
about that.
I'm looking at totally the wrong thing. From Griff, we have an inspo for the players. I think we're back around tomorrow. Not that I really go in order. From Urban Mask, we have 2 bits for the DM. I believe I was told to grind your bones into bread or something roughly equivalent.
No, that's what the hags do.
Bone bread.
You're not
Switching
there
back.
yet.
We're going back.
Oh, wait, what? Also, our own Warren Herbs gifted 5 memberships to the community.
Whoa!
Thank you so much.
Staying on YouTube.
Yeah. All of our new community members, welcome. I hope you find something that you enjoy, and it's probably be my gleeful cackle as I murder everybody. Hooray!
Whoa.
A real quick recap, in case any of you have never played this module or were not here last week. Last time we met, our party made their way into the mists of Barovia, armed with a powerful amulet blessed by the Divine Order who has recruited them, and a weird book of reconnaissance and information from an allied druidic collective. The party set forth on a mission to cleanse as much evil as possible from the domain of Ravenloft. Upon arrival in the village of Barovia, the party quickly came upon 2 children begging for assistance in helping their parents deal with the monster in the basement and find their missing nursemaid and the baby. Knowing these children could clearly not be just children, the party proceeded into the infamous Death House. After observing some eerie decor choices and creating a mess out of 4 very inanimate suits of armor and 1 angrily animated one, the party was feeling fairly confident in their task until the spectral nursemaid and an eerie skull both frightened and downed several members of the team. Now, with the skull having vanished and the spectral nursemaid having been disapparated, the party is standing in the eerily silent upper bedroom, preparing to move on.
Right, that sucked. That sucked pretty bad.
Do we know it's gone?
If it could
Coward! Come out!
I don't have my dice. No.
You actually
Riff,
don't
Riff,
have
Riff.
Coward!
Did it work? Did it work?
I got 9.5 minutes left on this spell. I'm not gonna waste it.
Okay, well, maybe we keep going up
Yes.
then.
Race you to the attic.
Yeah.
We said we were going to try from the top down, so
To the top.
To
the
There's a
top.
hole.
Then we
right-
make it drop.
a hole
In
right
the
here?
wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dimitri is
the
running.
mirror, which again, if we just smashed it when we walked in, we would have found it much sooner.
And there's nothing else in this cradle.
Gems, phylactery of some sort.
A lot of dust.
Yeah, let's smash this crate.
Would you like to?
A little too much enthusiasm over there from the DM.
I'm really excited that you guys got into the action so quickly. I never know what to expect.
Tradition! And just smash right through.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
F
go
that
for it.
cradle.
These
Okay,
poor
yeah,
children.
go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Ooh, big heavy boy. 11.
Yes, you can absolutely hit the cradle. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah! The best part. D12, 6 points of damage.
6 points
Silvery great axe damage.
with you. Yes, with your silvered great axe.
Oh, it makes me weird that you're keeping track of that.
Mark knows it's really a
That-
bad time when Alandra starts writing notes down.
The
Yep.
outhouse mimic
Yep.
it can get us at any time.
Oh, the house has an HP total, guys.
Oh my, is this just a construction show?
To share that I think have, yeah, has my mic with me.
It's the first part of a construction
I was
show.
gonna say, is this the episode of Property Brothers?
There's brown mold all over the bathroom.
Paranormal house hunters.
Barovia.
God, I said this was going to be the serious horror game. We're off to a great start. You do a severe amount of damage to the cradle. It is not fully destroyed, but a baby would definitely roll out of it now. If
I Eldritch Blast through his legs to finish off the cradle.
Great, roll me some damage.
Yeehaw.
You sure I don't want to roll and see if I get a natural one?
Sure, if you want. I was just going to give it to
Why
you.
would
Well-
you say these things?
If I need to get above a 10, I'm okay.
Cool.
11 on one of them. And over that on the other one for 6 plus 9 plus they are agonizing.
Great. The cradle seems very agonized. How much damage was that again? I apologize.
Plus 4. Okay, so this is going to be plus 8.
It's
So
your check.
17 plus 6, 23.
Damn. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, both blasts. Got it.
Do blast. Do.
I mean, you might as well. You've got both of them. You should use them. We do also have another info from John Matthews' daughter who needs to go to sleep but wants to make sure that Bramblepelt stays alive.
Oh, no.
Thank you! Have good dreams!
Save the kitty.
Come back to that later. All right. This cradle seems well and thoroughly wrecked at this point. As the cleric swings down with the great axe, and then 2 force blasts come from the warlock. Anybody else want to swing at anything?
We might need to stay here another 2.5.
I was gonna
3
say, are we
hours.
just gonna pick away at this thing? I'm gonna make my Drake bite it.
Okay.
Eat?
Sunfirm, take a chomp chomp.
We are setting ourselves up for something.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're all gonna go in on this, and it's gonna be completely and totally fine.
Oh.
So that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
I hope so. Where is my damage dice?
Goodbye, all of our good rolls.
7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And 8 fire damage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Burning down the house.
Maybe.
It won't work.
No, we've been told it regenerates.
This is a fashionable thing that you know about this house, for sure.
Yes.
That's why, because I'm on the wrong page. Noted. Okay. So, you have thoroughly destroyed this crib. Whatever dregs of it were remaining after Agonar and Dimitri took their shots are quickly incinerated by Sunfern.
I'm not
You don't have to. I'm just checking in.
You don't want to get in whatever curse we've just incurred upon ourselves?
No, but I will
Just
take
don't-
a piece of the cradle.
Okay.
I feel like we just shouldn't touch the blanket. The fact that it was
Well, I already picked it up
sheltered.
and threw it.
Yeah, but like the fact that that was the home for whatever that flying skull that immediately dropped you two and made me feel very weak. 10 out of 10 cursed.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You know, careful is our middle name. Onward and upward.
All right. You proceed over to the mirror, still slightly ajar. Swing it open past those eyeball berry clusters that are carved into the woodwork frame, and you make your way up a very narrow, ill-kept set of wooden stairs. Compared to the grandeur of the rest of this house, this seems very, if not fully neglected, at least not bothered to be maintained. Making sure that I get to.
Anyone else get the sense that this family doesn't like the two older kids?
And yes. And
well-
by older kids, you mean children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids, and you said.
Yeah, the old,
Not
the older.
ghosts.
Not the big
Yeah, not the
the
ghosts.
kids that live in the dirty part of the house,
Well,
not the cleaner part
if
of the
But
that was my baby, I might also be catering to the baby because I'm pretty sure the other kids were not going to.
I mean, the other
you
kids
know,
are ghosts too,
abyss
so
me.
we're good about that.
They probably weren't always ghosts.
No. Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe the parents are ghosts. Can ghosts make other ghosts?
when a mommy ghost and a daddy ghost.
Yeah, does that work like it does
I don't think so.
for? Oh,
Io, would you like to check the book? Please roll me. I'll let you do history or arcana as you search the book.
15.
15. Ghosts can certainly reproduce other ghosts by stealing the souls of the living and therefore enforcing ghosthood upon them. But as far as this book has context, they do not reproduce in what we would think of as more traditional manners. It's more about, murder, soul-sucking, general despawning.
So they're mantises. Got it. Because they eat the.
yeah.
Yeah. No, no. Yeah.
You make your way into the upper hallways of the attic. This bare, empty hallway is choked with dust and cobwebs.
Quick look around. Any of these doors look sketch?
Perception check? Investigation
Yes.
check?
You're gonna go with
Answer's
all.
yes.
Ooh, not 20.
Ooh, nat 20.
On the Is the Haunted House sketch.
Sorry, so cross-referencing to make sure that I am correctly braining which room is which in thing. All of these doors, like the knobs, the handles, everything, coated in dust. No one has come up here, or at least come up here in a way that required them to physically open a door in a very long time, as best you can tell. As far as baseline sketchiest beyond that, the door that is... I have to make sure I'm reading the map correctly. As you sort of come up and you look around this hallway, you see these two doors that are kind of directly across from one another over on what would be the
The two in the
east
tiny
side
hallway.
for you two. Yeah. One of those doors, if you are facing them, the door that is on your left-hand side, that door looks like somebody closed it, locked it, and then like wedged something in and broke it off. Like they really wanted to try to make sure that this door stayed closed. You almost would have missed it But with a nat 20, you can see somebody took an extra effort to make this door difficult to open.
We'll point that out.
So, first door we go to? Tough door?
If the residents here don't want it opened, that's probably good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd assume that's maybe the safe space.
I'm also going to say on a nat 20, this door that you passed on the way to these double doors that are facing each other, this kind of first one that you see, again, so faint you almost would have missed it, and because it's down below anyone else's eye line, you see little scratches on the wood of the door, and as you look closer, you realize it looks like drawings. Like maybe if a small child was scribbling.
Do they look like they're trying to emulate any of the drawings we've seen in the house so far, or does it look like
A little bit. There's sort of some things that could be trees, some things that could be people. It's very faint, very faded, worn down. Someone may have tried to sand it out at some point. This is not like crayon on the walls. This was like etched. So it's a little hard to read, but it fits with the general motifs as best you can
We'll
tell.
also point that out. Does
Okay.
it look like it's more rose height or more thorn height?
Based on their current assessment, like when you saw them downstairs, about Thorn height, the smaller of the two children.
Sorry, kicking door?
Kid door, wedge door.
Both of those don't sound like good kicking in doors.
No.
Well, we know the kids aren't in the kids' door.
I don't know if we know that.
Well, they're outside.
They're ghosts.
Yeah, but there's gonna be, the other part of the kid, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
I'm gonna try this other door way on the other side then.
Arbitrary
there,
door
like,
number 4.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go there and try and open it. Be like, I've got this one, you take care of those.
You think they're serious?
I don't think we're going to open all of them at the same time.
No, we definitely should.
Pick a door.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
There is 4 of us. We split.
We could do this. We could unleash everything.
Technically, there are
There-
5 of us.
And
Sunfern gives you a look that you clearly read as, do you want me to go downstairs and check on the creepy kids?
Stay here, buddy. They are too creepy. I know, baby.
Cool. You open this other door. It opens easily. There is a whirl of dust that flies up into your face. And once that sort of clears and you take a moment to look around, now's the time that I get to ask the classic question.
What's our marching order?
No. Who has dark vision? Who has
Devil's
double
sight.
Yeah.
Devil's sight. Is that what we call it now?
Actually,
It's a warlock thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great. Then you have no problem seeing that this dust-choked room contains a slender bed, a nightstand, a small iron stove, a writing desk with a stool, an empty wardrobe, and a rocking chair. There's a smiling doll in a lacy yellow dress sitting in the northern window box with cobwebs draping it like a wedding veil.
So I'm going to go shake the doll.
With a sword, right?
No, just grab my hands on it and just, yeah.
Cool.
Touch it with the flesh.
Can you please give me a charisma saving throw?
Can I wheel you and give you an extra d6 to put with that? Cool. Okay.
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Hold on.
That's fine. Mine's loading as well to make sure I have the
28.
Oh yeah, you pass. You feel something try to poke into your brain, and you just go nope.
And then I Eldritch Blast it.
Roll to attack.
Is there another crib in there?
There's creepy doll. I got it. It's all taken care of. And one of them misses. That's for sure.
What did you roll?
You're
You're holding it.
Then I have disadvantage.
That's why I'm asking.
I
You're still holding it.
Oh, I threw it on the
Okay,
ground.
great.
Then, anyway, so a 9 and a 18? 17.
The 17 will certainly hit.
And by 17, I mean 19. But that's
Yes.
who's got it? Clearly not.
I hope someone did.
This normally is the campaign where I should have done the mid-range, where if you roll under or over, you miss. You have to hit the target
The
round.
one.
10 points of force damage.
You like shatter the porcelain head on this thing. Now it's just got a void one side.
I've taken care of the skull.
The what?
Wait, was
The
that
doll.
ceramic?
I mean, the doll. Yes.
Wasn't
It wasn't the
porcelain, was it?
Is that wrong? Is that bad?
Let me see.
Is this like mirrors? We're not supposed to break those?
I'm just gonna push through and just like pick up the pieces.
Uh-huh.
Do you see how thin this was? This was master crafted.
Uh-huh.
It will repair itself, maybe.
I mean, it will, in theory.
Throw it against the wall.
You shatter the rest of pieces.
Sorry.
Are you into porcelain dolls?
I am a bit of a pothead. Ceramics is my nature.
Do you mean like firing pots head?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, it means something different where I come from.
Yeah. Just
Catnip, eh?
Yeah. That's good stuff, man.
I haven't heard of catnip. Do they make good pottery?
No, it's actually an herbal remedy.
Oh. So it goes in the pots.
Yes.
Excellent.
That's one way.
That is, sometimes you do put it in a pot. There's a lot of different ways you can use it.
Thank you, Squeal the Bard. I will be using these.
Imminently.
Anything else in the creepy doll room?
I would like to do a thorough investigation.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Anyone?
I would love to assist you in that process.
I just want to check out that desk.
I'll let you roll your own.
Great.
Because I'm.
That's totally fine.
21, but almost a 4.
I know, I got a real spicy... Investigation is not my skill. Oh yeah, that's a real spicy 6 from me.
You just look around and you're just like, wow, how do people live here? It's so dusty. 21, and did you want to roll Agadar?
Oh yeah, let me.
Since you're looking specifically at the desk.
Yeah, I want to see some notes.
I'm keeping a
and such.
lookout.
Oh yeah, am I still blinded?
16.
I could explain it.
Oh, that's right. That was like the last thing that happened.
The last thing that happened was I got blinded, so whoops.
Let me double check the language.
Do it,
of
cleric.
Blinded.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
Perfect.
yeah, I
you
can.
sure?
I can look into this. Yeah, how many fingers am I holding up?
I can definitely help.
How many fingers do people have?
How many fingers does Aganar have?
I have all my fingers.
All is not. It doesn't matter. I'm a cat.
It does not specify. I'm gonna say that with the amount of time that they took to destroy the crib and whatever, it gradually faded in your sight. Has come
Great.
back.
That's amazing.
Because that.
Thank you.
I could be a lot meaner and make you do a bunch of saves for it, but you're gonna have to save for so many other things.
I mean, I don't need to see you to order my Drake to do stuff, but you know,
that
Thorn will be really fun if it's just haphazard.
That's true. I have to toggle to my other page of notes. 21, and what did you say you got on
16.
16, thank you. In
Cover the box.
the desk. Where is it? There it is. In the desk, you find 2 daggers. They're cunningly crafted to look like letter openers, but they are way too sharp to be letter openers.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Quartermaster. Dimitri, as you kind of search around through generally the rest of the room, you discover that the wardrobe is not in fact empty. There is hidden panel, kind of tucked into the back, that you are able to pry open, in which you find 2 gold rings.
All right. Oh. Is there anything special about the rings?
You do not sense anything magical about them, but you would presume they're worth about 25 gold each.
I feel like if I die, these will come in handy.
Yeah, like 5% handy.
Yeah.
Pocket those 2 gold rings, put them in pocket.
Okay.
You interested in some more daggers?
You hold on to the daggers.
Knives.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I have a dagger I have never used in my life.
There's always one.
You can always sell it for, life. There's always that.
Ew.
Yeah.
You're keeping watch outside, Yatana. You get the little bit of color in the back of your brain, kind of that unsettled green that like something feels wrong. Go ahead and give me a perception check. At advantage, because you're getting, you said
23.
23. There is something in one of these rooms, which, yes, seems very vague. That seems to be the impression you were being given, is that, I mean, obviously you know there's at least one spirit up here, and it's not the only one as far as it can tell.
Can you give me a direction?
Ahead of you.
Toward child room.
That way.
All 3 doors.
I mean, if you're here keeping watch, ahead of you
Uh-huh.
seems to be the most that way.
Well, I think we have thoroughly exhausted this room.
I agree.
Well, to make sure we know that we've searched it, tip over desk.
Yeah, you flip the desk. Give me a strength check.
Yeah. 19.
19. You easily flip this desk. The spindly legs just sort of snap off.
And just double check there's nothing like hidden on the bottom of the desk, like an escape room. Okay, cool.
There's some chewed gum stuck to the underside, which is kind of disgusting. And
How old
there's
is that?
Grossest
also-
part of the house.
There's also like smears, almost like if somebody had something, maybe blood, on their hand and like wiped it on the other side of the desk really quickly.
You hate that.
Not good. Nope.
Tana's picking something up in the child room, so maybe we save that one for last?
Who?
Tana?
Who?
It's up there.
Got it. Yep.
So many questions that aren't even related to this house, and that was unexpected.
This is the eye thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. This is the one before we entered. Not a new voice.
No,
Yeah.
the same one.
Okay, great. So I will move to the door that has been wedged shut. Why am I going first?
Wedge.
Anyway,
You
Warlock
You're
in
just
front.
intrepid.
Warlock in front.
We've had a lot of wizard and warlock tanks on this channel. I like that we're keeping up the tradition.
Yeah.
Do I have any sort of... I have a dice set, so...
I'll take care of this one.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and pull out my crowbar and hammer and just
Yeah.
wedge into door a couple times.
Can I just-
And then just...
As that's happening, peek into the little corner room.
Peek into this one here. Perception check, strength check.
Do my tools give me advantage?
Yes.
Yay!
23.
23.
Again.
You're so good at perceiving.
Bramble pelts.
just
Just hanging out off to the side, prepping in case anything comes out of any of these doors.
Cool. Start with Yatana. This web-filled room contains a slender bed, a nightstand, a rocking chair, an empty wardrobe, and a small iron stove. With a 23 and no dark vision.
I do have dark vision.
You do have dark vision. Ah, this is... I was lied to on my notes.
Oh,
That's
don't
my,
I? Oh, wait, no, wait, hold on.
I think that might be my...
No, I don't.
Dun, dun,
realize
Do we have a
dun.
card that gives dark vision? No.
I don't think so.
Ironically, I think that one did get pulled, but I think it was
And
one
it was
that I had pulled.
you.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about dark vision.
Maybe
I
we can give it a
cast.
game.
This is what happens when I play a character, when all of my characters have dark vision. Okay. Don't.
With a 23 but no dark vision, I mean, you
I
can
have
still
a torch.
see. You can still see most of this room pretty well, but you do get a sense that something skittered under the bed right as the door opened and that little ambient light came in.
Bramblepelt.
Yes.
Would you like to just come peek under the bed for me?
Under the bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, we really are in a kid's room. Yeah, Bramblepelt goes and puts that bow back and skitters to like kind of look under the bed.
Yeah, you crawl. You get on all fours down the hall, like past Yatana.
Yeah.
Like look under the bed, and you see 2, 4, 8 eyes staring back at you.
Her butt naturally does the little wiggle. She's like, yep. No!
The thing under the bed wiggles its butt back at you.
Confusion. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, whatever it is, it's not jumping. Do you wanna? She backs up a little bit and she gives it the little like, come on out.
You've not been aggressive or threatening toward it. Yeah. Yeah, you see the giant spider pop its head out from under the bed.
Told ya.
As you look around this room and you realize like, oh, like this is covered in webs.
What on earth has this been eating?
You're making good progress on the door.
13.
You're gonna probably need to take a couple more hits, but you feel confident that you'll be able to do that. If you want to go ahead and roll me another strength check.
16.
Okay, yeah. You think maybe one more good hit and you'll get it. Basically, don't roll me a nat 1 and break your crowbar. So give me one more.
18.
Great. You guys want to do anything yet with the spider?
Almost got this. Who's your friend?
Bramblepelt's paw is just itching backwards to be like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
You're all right. We're going.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Bramblepelt's like backing up with all of her strength, like, do not bap, do not bap.
Cool. You guys could just close the door on that one right now. You hear a little like, and then it gets quiet, which you would assume is probably like going up the webs. Cool. You pop this door open. This dusty chamber is packed with old furniture, chairs, coat racks, standing mirrors, dress mannequins, and the like, all draped in dusty white sheets.
You know, if nothing else, this household is consistent.
And is there any piece of anything on the ground? Just rock, pebble, marble, piece of dirt.
I'll hand you a piece of the cradle.
Oh. I cast light on it and toss it into the room. Around
yes.
you.
Something of no value.
Give me a throw check, like a strength check, just to see how far into the room you get it. Just to
And
see
19
if
on the
it's
die.
erased. Oh yeah, you can get it like right dead in the center. Light is 30 feet, so this fills up the whole room. Now everything has spooky shadows on it too, emanating from the center. You do see that it looks like there's just a lot of stuff in here that is covered with these sheets. You do see that toward the back end of the room, some of those sheets seem to have some concerning dark rust-colored stains on them.
Do we uncover?
Do I still have my spell up with a casting time of 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Cool.
Didn't take you guys that long to destroy the cradle.
Yeah.
If there is anyone in here who would like to parley, we are open to speaking to you and understanding your plight.
You feel a cold shiver run down your spine.
They do not wish to talk. Yes.
Okay.
Or I just freaked myself out. I'm not sure which. You have to reach place?
I can.
Everything.
That is escalating quickly, but I don't blame you.
Why doesn't the house want you a part of it? This door was wedged shut. Someone doesn't want you involved.
Aganar, you feel again this cold touch, like on your back, runs down your spine to the small of your back, and then runs to the side, like if someone brushed a hand. It's sort of like it's encouraging you to go deeper into the room.
Okay, tell me when to stop. And I'll just start approaching slowly, and yeah, if anything within 15 feet starts its turn, is going to be taking some divine damage.
You make your way in, you kind of get past where the light is coming from the center of the room, and as you get past toward the area where there are more of these sort of dark streaks and stains, you feel that cold again, like on your chest, like telling you to stop. You look around and you see, yeah, give me an investigation check. I would also allow nature, medicine.
Let's see which one's
Anything
best.
if you've got anything fun.
Investigation. Or religion for some flavor.
Not quite.
13.
I know which religion you were, and I don't think it quite qualifies for this. Christy's played in my games before. She knows what that means.
Yipes.
Sorry, number again?
13.
I'm so bad with the math, I apologize. You look around, you don't have a full picture, but as you sort of look and assess these stains, this looks like spatter and spray. You would say, as though someone maybe a little shorter than you was standing in front of where you are standing now. I was on the receiving end of some violence.
Ah. We're in a murder room. Clearly they cared more about the furniture than whoever they put up in here. Also, is that a window in front of me?
I believe it is. Yes.
I'm just gonna peek out and see if I can see the kids down in the road.
I'm just looking at the orientation.
I was gonna say.
I believe we would be directly above the front door.
I think we are. Yeah, I think that is the front of the house.
There is, unfortunately, there's also a couple of balconies though, so I'm just checking.
Yeah,
to see if
totally,
you can see down onto a balcony or something else. As you glance down, there is a balcony coming from the third floor. That is mostly what you see. And then there's kind of the ledge of the roof. So you can't really see down to the porch itself.
Okay.
In your mind, you hear, should we uncover the things in there?
Don't see why not.
You can reply to this message.
I was gonna say, allowed?
Is there anything in the room that's uncovered, or is everything
covered?
I'll rip open the one in the corner and gently reveal what is underneath the one in the corner.
Everything in this room is covered.
Okay.
Except for the stove.
Right.
Clearly, which is not. Although it is very dusty and has not been lit in some time. You uncover the one in the corner. And you reveal a chair.
Is there anything in the ashes in the stove?
Give me an investigation check.
I really wish that I had detect magic.
I wish somebody did.
21.
I almost took it.
Did no one take
On the-
detect
on the
magic?
level
That's
up.
the first time.
I
for
know.
me.
That was...
I figured the whole house is magic. Why am I gonna detect it?
That's true.
true.
Then it's just a rave house instead of a death house.
That would be amazing.
If I can dispel it, I can figure out if it's magic or not.
Seems like a waste of us.
21.
21. You kind of pop open the front of the stove and poke around, and you find fragments of what looks like letters and notes.
Oh, puzzle time.
Yeah.
Puzzle.
I'll go ahead and ask the presence in the room. Do you mind if we take a look? And I'll just kind of have my fingers on the sheets.
You sort of just feel the cold sort of like move away from you, like giving you room.
Okay. I'll just pull both of them off.
You pull off the sheets on the two things nearest to you. These are the sheets that seem to have the most spatter to them. One of them reveals a standing mirror, a full-size freestanding mirror. The other one reveals a large unlocked wooden trunk. It's got like the hasp down and everything.
Yep.
You can just see that there is staining on the side of this trunk.
With my eyesight, I pick that up. I head right over there and I pull out some thieves' tools. And I start to work on the lock.
There is no lock.
It's unlocked.
Hasp is down.
It takes me a few minutes to roll them all out, pick them out.
I got this one.
Ah, right. Okay, I'll just put these back.
I'll just cast knock on it. I'm just gonna regular knock on it.
Yeah, no,
Have that smell.
I love that.
Well, might as well magic mouth it.
You hear back from inside the trunk.
Oh, buddy. I'm a cat with no nature. I think that's funny.
You were focused on
Your house
other
cat?
things in cat.
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, okay.
house cat.
Yeah, she's definitely a house cat. I was gonna be like, she sniffs it, but she might be a dingus. Can I make an argument for survival to like
Yes.
inspect this?
100%.
Great, thank you.
You just heard the trunk knock back. You can
Okay,
survive.
great. Yeah, she's gonna nat 20 plus 5. Go over and like sniff sense this bad boy. See what's up.
This thing, without opening it, but just getting up close, looking at it, giving it a good sniff, this thing's full of something decayed. But it's been decayed for a long time. Like it was old, it was rotted, it reeks of iron and rot, but the kind that has been sitting for so long that it's probably not gross anymore, but still probably horrifying.
Okay. Yeah, there's some thin or buddy in there. It's definitely. I'm gonna guess all the icky bits or the tasty bits are probably gone, unless you're maybe a dog and you wanna chew on the rest of it. But open at our own risk. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Room, presence. Would it help the house or hurt the house if we open this up?
Interesting. Okay. You sense that little bit of chill again. In a way, like, again, it's almost like a hand sort of like on your back or on your shoulder, as though it's trying to communicate to you but does not know how to answer your question effectively.
But it's pushing on my back?
Yeah, or it's like resting
Okay.
on your back.
I'm going to ready an action to cast Eldritch Blast. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back, and if a skeleton comes out and attacks,
Sure.
bones come out
Yeah.
and attack, I will blast.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that pat on the back as I should open this.
Yeah.
All right.
Bramble Pellet, do you want to stay close? Do you want to move back?
She's moving back.
But yeah, I'll have axe ready in one hand and then just like grab it by the clasp and just
Yeah.
toss it up.
Yeah, you flip open the trunk, and inside you see something wrapped in a sheet that is soaked and dried with old blood. There's that immediate, like, smell of, like, old iron as soon as you open this up. Bramble with your heightened sense of smell, like, is bad, but it's old. And you can kind of just barely see sort of like around the edges of where this sheet wasn't quite tucked in well. It looks like this was a very rushed job. You can just see the little like hints of bone.
Ah. May have found the actual bundle of joy. Or
How big
remains.
is it? Is it like
yeah, are they,
adult? Baby?
It looks. This
child?
looks like it could hold a full adult.
Oh. This chest is bigger than my imagination led me to believe.
Oh no, this is a fairly. I mean,
Yeah.
also if you take a full-size human and you fold them into a fetal position, you can shove them into a suitcase. So it doesn't have to be a very large
No,
trunk.
when you unwrap that, can we find out if it was like folded in half? That would
I don't
be...
particularly want to be the one to unwrap it. If you want to investigate
So when you unwrap
origami
this,
Well,
that
I
went
mean,
into-
you can get an approximate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you ask your friend if it's okay if we...
I think we can all.
May we handle these remains to learn more? Give us a knock for yes.
Okie dokie.
All right. I'm just gonna like pull out a pinch of incense and like rest it on top of the chest and light it just to make this a little bit easier and
Yeah.
wash the hands a little bit. All right. Start rummaging around.
Can I help you gently?
Yeah.
Like, remove and like...
Yeah, I'll just start handing you stuff.
We're like, oh god. Oh god.
Together with varying degrees of gentleness, you sort of maneuver this bundle out of the trunk and onto the floor. And as you do, and you kind of pull it open, you see the skeletal remains of a not terribly tall adult human sort of spill out. This has clearly been in here for a very long time. It is wearing what looks like a fairly plain dress with sort of an apron over it. There's little clumps of hair left still. Looks like longer hair. You're going to presume this is a woman.
What color is the hair?
Blonde.
The same as maybe
the
the
nurse
goober we saw downstairs. I don't know what
Rose
color
and
specters
Thorn?
are. Yeah.
Oh, the
Or
maid.
Elizabeth,
the
or
nursemaid.
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Was Elizabeth blonde in the photo, in the portrait?
Let me look at the description to see if it states before I answer that question so that I'm not contradicting anything I already told you.
Get back to color.
The children you saw downstairs and the painting of the Durst family that you saw, they all tended blonde, but it was that more like ashy blonde, that darker blonde. This is more straw blonde. But I will say, because y'all did see it, the clothing looks far too plain and unadorned to be the lady of the house.
Yeah. I think this might be the nursemaid.
Yeah.
How...
Or who knows a mistress?
Well,
How much are you gonna dig
Well,
into?
yeah, that's true.
Could you
the
ask your
origin of the
friend?
baby?
If your friend's presence is in here, then they wouldn't have been downstairs in the nursery.
True.
Well,
Maybe.
I mean, we have.
We set that spirit free.
Yeah. That's true.
Bramblepelt, you now feel like the very light kind of finger chill touch kind of briefly on your shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
You onto something?
We're on to something.
Pull off more.
As you sort of kind of continue unwrapping and take a closer look, you see that, again, you're going to have to make assumptions here, but it appears that the origin of the blood would probably be the 7 or 8 very jagged stab wounds that appear to be mostly in the back of this dress, but there's a couple around the side and front, as though someone tried to turn, maybe to defend themselves.
Are you the nursemaid? Knock for yes. Oh.
Question. Based on the blood spatter and stab wounds in the back of her, does it look like she was facing into the room from the window or out the window from inside?
Looks like
the
she was
room?
facing out the window.
Okay.
Could have also possibly just finished covering everything in the room. If you started at the door and worked your way in, these would be the last 2 things you cover, and you'd be standing here.
Yatana, give me a perception check with advantage.
25.
There's something in the pocket of her apron. Looks like a
That was my
note or
next
letter.
question anyway.
Loot the body! Loot
I'm
the
just
body!
going to like generally say to the room, like, I'm removing things from your pockets. Tell me if it's not okay. Like, yeah.
You pull out what looks like another note. Again, this one is at least not burned. It is intact. It is soaked in blood. So
Wild.
It's still maybe not fully legible, but it's more legible than some of the others. And as you unfold it, you're starting to piece together, and with a slightly more complete one, what you are seeing is letters from 2 sets of handwriting.
Between this and the ones
Between this and the fragments that you pulled from the ashes. You are catching words like your wife. You are catching phrases like, can't continue. Things like that. And the more intact one, you're able to piece together a little more. It looks like a love letter. Love letter might be a strong term. It is certainly a note declaring a certain amount of affection and dedication for a person, with some heavy-handed implications that this should be reciprocated.
Hey, we were both right.
Can I hold up like
I think so.
the burnt pieces and ask, are these you?
2 of the pieces that you're holding up flutter out of your hand. They are the ones with the handwriting that do not match the note that was in the pocket.
The your wife and the
Yes. You'll see that essentially there's one rounder, cruder hand. Those are the 2 that blew out. And then there is this much more like very sharp kind of copper plate, very like highly educated, very specific cursive that the complete letter and some of the other fragments are in.
I'm gonna take out my like book of charts and just kind of start placing them within the book for reference.
Yeah.
What a terrible scrapbook.
No, it's not. It's a lot of star charts, but also but also really.
Now, handwriting sample.
Yeah.
handwriting, like,
Celestial.
it's got. There's a lot
observations.
packed in here. It's not a pretty thing.
No, I just like our adventures scribbled on the top.
Sad note. Are there
Selfie
any
with the
Yeah.
any pieces of jewelry or other like distinguishing items? Anything inside now that we've removed her?
Bottom of this trunk appears to be women's clothing. Again, a lot of it is now destroyed from having been under a bloody corpse for gods know how long. But it looks like this was maybe either like older clothes that had not yet been made over, or even just like winter storage, you know. Which is wild because it's been cold here the whole time, so you're not sure why you would need to store your warmer winter clothes other than aesthetic.
Are there any like initials branded on this chest?
Give me
$5.
perception or investigation. Give me all your bits.
Not investigation. We've already learned she's bad at that. You said perception's fine? Great. That is an 17.
No initials, but there is a windmill carved in the front, like right above where the lock would go.
Okay. Not what I was expecting. More windmills.
It's a theme.
Baby windmills.
Just had a flashback to last week. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That was a line of questioning.
I'm going to start opening up the other covered items gently.
You pull covers off these other things. You find several mirrors up here. It looks like there were, at one time, maybe a lot more mirrors in the house, and they've all progressively been relegated up here. Little ones, tall ones. There is a crate that is just full of hand mirrors.
Are any of those initialed or marked with windmills?
Oh, there's a bunch of windmills.
Okay.
Are they intact or are any of them broken?
A couple of the small ones, there's like some like compact and some hand mirrors. A couple of those are cracked, but in general, everything looks relatively intact, just not maintained.
Can I find one that
Tarnished
is
over.
not a windmill mirror and just
Sure.
take that?
Yeah, you can find like a compact that's just kind of generic.
Compact.
All right. Well,
You also find a couple of dress mannequins, a couple of chairs, a coat rack, a couple more trunks that seem to have a lot of clothing, and then one just seems to be entirely full of baby clothes. Specifically, feminine baby clothes.
all right. All right, everyone. I think we have the remains. What do we want to do?
Would you like us to take care of your remains? One for yes.
There we go.
Would you like them handled here on the property, or should we take them off property? 2 knocks, the second one off property. Got it. Buried or cremated? 1 for bury, 2 for cremate. We can do that.
Okay.
Any other investigation, or I think the chest might be the best mode of transportation.
Yeah. Did we have a bag that we can put wildly large things in, or is that?
Yeah, I got this.
Okay, good. I was pretty sure we had one of those, but I couldn't recall.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually pull out my bag of holding, pull out a completely different chest, and just plop it out, and just scoop this chest with everything back into it in.
Great.
I pull out my
It's
lock
only for a
picks.
little while.
No, this one's mine. And
Take a
yeah,
chest, leave a chest.
Yeah, put in just like my little code, flip it up. All the mirrors up here gave me a weird thing. This was my
Feels like
monster hunting kit, essentially. You kind of just get one when you join the order. I never figured out why they had this, and I'll just pull out a steel mirror.
Oh.
Yeah, and the fact that there's a bunch up here makes me think there's something downstairs that isn't going to like its reflection.
Agreed.
Mirror that mirror. Just let's see if anything happens.
Dimitri's gonna grab a handheld mirror as well.
Sure.
Maybe not a windmill.
No,
Avoid the
I-
windmill.
not checking.
I was gonna say I don't have any problems with windmills, but I want to get as big as one as I can reasonably carry. but not like ridiculous. Yeah, I don't want to like a little hand mirror. I feel like that's like, oh, checking around corners. I want something to like.
You can find like, you know, like one of those decent, like the kind that you would hang in an entryway, like a smaller one. We're not crazy here. Think like, you know, 1600s Germany level, like.
We're getting a face-sized guy. Great.
You got one with no windmill on. I just flipped for it.
Perfect. All right, everyone out.
Oh yeah, I'm using my real non-cursed haunted mirror, and we'll just kind of like wedge that into like my chainmail.
Non-cursed haunted, or is it
non-cursed, also non-haunted?
One of those, yeah.
Great.
You suddenly see that Agnar's armor has like these weird brackets in it. He just like attaches the mirror and goes click, 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 and now it's up front.
All right, everyone out, and I'm going to grab the mannequin and put it over by the window, stand by the door, and blast, blast, and blast. Take care of that for sure. Nobody likes mannequins.
I need a card for my corpse box.
Corpse box will not count toward Raz Amulet.
Yes.
Put all of his spears on one
I assume
card,
the
so he
gold
doesn't
value is
He just said times 4.
0, but
Correct.
the meaning is priceless.
No. Keeping it with you
loves
has
it.
a
He's
good
good.
intention, and I agree with your choice. Just wanted to be clear, you cannot trade that for your own life.
Corpse box.
That is yet to be seen.
All right,
never say never?
What fun colors do I want?
children drawing room.
All
I was
right.
just gonna say you want that to be pink, right?
Yeah. So you have 2 rooms left. One of them
thinking about
you know has
Has a spider.
a spider in it.
He's fine.
He's okay. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We came to an accord.
You come out and you see that Sunfern this whole time, unless you've told otherwise, is basically playing like cat footsie with the spider. Like there's a little spider leg and the little dragon.
I'm so sorry. Can I like peek into the spider like a little bit and just be like, could I check the stove?
Spider skitters back and like goes under the bed again.
Right. Just check the stove.
Come in and check the stove. This one appears to be empty.
Great.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's got some dregs of ashes, but you don't find any more letters or anything.
Great. I'm gonna throw it some bacon or something.
Yep. One leg reaches out, scoops under.
Thank you.
Whoa. That could be blood bacon. Come back here.
All right, I am going to check for traps on this children's door.
Oh my god, that's the first time we've checked for traps.
Hey, we investigated those armor really well.
Investigate's a strong word.
I truly have to keep reminding myself that Thomas isn't playing a rogue, because I just assume that you've got all the rogue things. You probably still do.
You got a lockpicking kit.
I have lockpicks.
Yeah.
I do not get my proficiency bonus with them, however.
Yeah. But yeah, feel free to check for traps.
But just a straight investigation is a 23.
23. This door does not appear to have any traps that you can see. Nothing seems particularly out of the ordinary. However, it is very clearly locked from the outside, not only on the knob, but there is a bolt that is clearly out of child height reach that is also padlocked shut.
I will start to work on one lock.
Sure.
Is that a sleight of hand?
Yes, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Ooh. Well, that's not gonna do it. That's a natural one.
You start to pick at it, and you just hear that like chink of something breaking. You're not sure if it's the lock or your tool.
So there goes 2% of living again.
We're so materialistic these days.
Yeah, it's really bringing a strong perspective on nickeling and diming our lives.
Weird how the prospect of imminent death changes, man.
Oh my god, that's why the house keeps coming back. It's fueled by capitalism.
We figured this out.
Figured out.
Beat your
I
game.
was gonna say, I'm sorry, I didn't realize we were beating Brennan's house today.
Capitalism is always the bad guy. Speaking of which, if you want to give anybody inspiration,
And
now would be the time.
If we're saying locked from the outside, does this mean we've got like a deadbolt that we can turn and like?
It looks like there's probably a big ol' honkin' key somewhere that goes into the knob. Think old style house where it would essentially be a deadbolt, but it's like there's a big key somewhere, and then there is another smaller key that goes to this padlock that is on like the hasp that is on the outside of the door.
Unbreakable.
We haven't tried that. But do we want to go back downstairs a level where we ran into the pseudo maid? I assume they would have been the key holder based on the children's story if that was the last adult they saw.
No.
Well, maybe, but then wouldn't we have the key in the chest?
No, yeah, I'm thinking the Spectre version may have ended up with that key. I believe there was a room down those stairs we didn't check out.
There's many rooms we have not investigated.
No,
Well,
but
just
like,
on the-
even that main room, we found the baby
Right.
cage.
The nursery.
Nursery. These words are so foreign. But there was like the other.
There was another
Baby
larger
chamber.
room.
Yeah, we
that-
didn't
Yeah.
really
for
look
you
in
to
there.
not
The French
investigate.
doors.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
or we can try my lockpicking set, and I'll pull out my crowbar.
I mean, I'm a fan of that just for expediting the process. Probably.
We don't want to keep the house
Let's do it.
intact.
Can we not?
how-
Can you
should we
try
do it?
to not damage the art?
I could just cut that part away. Okay.
I was gonna say, like, I just want to remind you, and this is a completely neutral statement, just a reminder, that you could, in fact, have Agnar work on his lockpicking kit, and somebody else could go downstairs to investigate for the keys.
There's enough of us that we could all sweep one floor at a time
Whoa.
while I work on this door.
Absolutely not.
I'm going to
One
the basement.
entire floor at a time?
Why not?
I'll see you
Efficiency.
guys. See you guys in 15 minutes. I'm going to the basement.
I'm gonna stand in front of the door back to the stairs and just.
Oh yeah, page 1 of the book. Don't split up.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not going to the basement.
Theo flips to the front of the book, and in like this big kind of loopy handwriting, it says, "By the way, don't split up." Pro tip.
Pro tip,
Thanks,
don't split the
Grandpa.
The
party.
title of this book is The Secrets of the House. Don't split the party.
It's pretty much the number one thing. Weird.
Anyway, I just wanted
Now
to
on
put that on the
sale.
table that there are enough of you can in
pick
fact
away.
go to.
So should I try to pry, or do we want to preserve this art and I can just hack above?
Hack above.
Hack above? Okay,
Yeah.
crowbar, swap out for axe.
The littles haven't done anything.
And
yet.
yeah, I'll just go towards like the midpoint above the art. So
Yeah,
we can
go ahead and give me some
preserve.
strength checks. Again,
Yeah.
advantage because you've got
Yeah.
appropriate tools.
Leverage.
Yeah.
15 if it's a raw strength.
Cool. Yeah, you're.
Basic attack, I get my proficiency, so.
Yeah, you are able to. This one door is honestly easier than the last one because this is just normally locked, so you can go for those like known weak points as opposed to the last one that had clearly been wedged to make that more difficult.
Yeah, one right in the middle, one towards the hinge, and then just try
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, you're basically able to do a like chop, slam, whatever, and kind of here's Johnny your way through one of the upper panels of the door. And then
Ooh,
from
so you
there
stick
you
your
can
face
just
in.
kind of
It's that kind of
Absolutely.
horror game.
yeah, and then you can just kind of leverage and just literally kind of just like rip the door open.
Get axe in, spin, pull back out.
Yeah, it takes you a couple of minutes, but you're able to pop in.
I procedurally giggle more as I get into the door. And then catch myself once we're in.
You good?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to do this for a long time.
Open a door?
Yeah. And push it in and go on in.
This room contains a bricked up window flanked by 2 dusty wood-framed beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its sides, and a dollhouse that is a perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are 2 small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. The smaller of the 2 cradles a stuffed doll.
Bramblepelt is gonna go over and similarly smell inspect the kids and kind of see if they have any trinkets on them.
I'd like to start blasting this window open.
Okay. Attack roll or whatever you're gonna do to try to open this window. Investigation or whatever we decided sucked the least for you.
Perception would be way better.
Perception.
11.
Dimitri, what's wrong with her? She's just blasting away.
15.
15. It's gonna take a few hits, but you can it's brick, but it's also been standing here for a minute. You could probably work your way through it, weaken the point, and then just punch through.
How are you blasting it?
With flames. Just like producing flames, just flinging flames at it constantly.
Yeah.
Do you
Blast
mind
it
if
out.
I assist? Oh.
Yeah.
I'll use force.
Yeah, the two of you just start going to town on this window. Bramblepelt, yes,
Yeah.
you get up close, you start sniffing around. Thankfully, at least, this does not give you that same kind of irony sense of violence. There is still decay, there is age to that decay, but you're not seeing traces of violence, blood, anything like that.
Just neglect.
But as you, but you do also get a sense that something is very wrong, aside from the obvious dead children. Like something in this room, like as you creep closer, like your hair just innately stands on end, and there is some part of you that does not want to get any closer to these two.
And above your head there is flames and
meanwhile,
stuff
flames
just flying over you.
Yeah, she can tell the difference between her hair rising and her hair singeing. Yeah, so she's gonna like tense up and be like, there's something else is going on here. Something ain't right with these kids. It seems like they weren't hurt though. I mean, I wonder if they just got stuck up here.
Tana, is this the one?
Blue of agreement.
I'm going to open the chest.
Yeah. I'll get closer to the kids.
Bramblepelt, did you have a map of the house or just of the town?
That is a wonderful question.
You have a map of the house. It is very incomplete.
Okay.
There's a lot of spaces that don't have labels or have weird notes that don't make any sense.
She'll pull out these crummy kind of blueprints and like, I assume these are maybe hobbled together from travelers as opposed to official.
Yeah. Oh no, this is absolutely pieced together from the ravings of the mad minds of those who somehow miraculously escaped Barovia and were able to speak of their horrors here.
Great. Yeah, it's kind of in theory, mostly because you can't really generally trust the brain skillets of the information. So.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'll grab it, fill in what we've discovered and or I know already, and I want to just plop right in front of the dollhouse and just compare what we know to see how accurate it is.
You start looking, you approach the skeletons, and you're gonna open the toy chest?
Yep.
Cool. As soon as you open the toy chest, you all suddenly feel a cold, like, almost like pop in the air. It's like cold and static all of a sudden, all at once, as you see these two spectral images of these children, the same ones you saw before, appear sort of right at the point where their skeletons lay on the floor beneath them. And you see the little girl looks at you and goes, "Hey, nobody else is allowed to play with our toys." And that is where we're going to take our break. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. We will be back in just a few moments. As soon as 5 people can use one bathroom, please stay tuned. And when we get back, we'll see what these ghostly children have in store for the party. Thank you. Rendition of the Death House from Curse of Strahd. And our players, members of a divine order who have been sent to purge the evil of Barovia, we hope, have just entered the locked children's room in the attic of this house where they discovered 2 children's skeletons and a bunch of dusty toys. Right now, we have 1 party member at the toy chest, 1 party member at a dollhouse, 1 party member has just finished busting the bricks out of the bricked up window, and the ghosts of 2 small children have now appeared, saying, "Nobody gets to play with our toys but us."
Dimitri will
Close the box.
close the box slowly.
You see as you do, the smaller of the 2 ghosts, the little boy with the doll, just sort of like hugs his doll tighter to him and just kind of like looks at you guys, and the little girl sort of nods.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
We thought we could maybe bring something to you since you're outside.
We're not outside. We're here.
You were outside.
It wasn't us. In here.
Great.
Who are you?
2 children who look exactly like you asked for our help to take care of the monster in the basement.
There is a monster in the basement.
Would you like us to get rid of it?
That would probably be better. Monsters are bad, right?
Usually.
Can you describe the monster?
We've never seen the monster. Mommy told us to stay up in the attic.
Have you heard the monster?
Oh yeah, all the time.
What does it sound like?
They sort of glance at each other, and the little girl opens her mouth, and you all are just hit with almost like a psychic wave of fear and pain and horror, and I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sanity check.
Oh, not a sand check.
Bet you didn't know we were doing modified stats.
I may ask for a d6 to be added to my roll.
Yeah.
Someone were to second one of those.
Seconded.
Go
I'm
for
also
it.
considering that myself.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Because I feel like I'm at the cusp of something.
15. Thank you for
it
the d6.
A mental break?
Oh, yeah, most likely.
I will not
Seconded.
Yeah, cool.
You guys say- you
We should
guys
keep this up.
should
Yeah, yeah.
each other before
can
I say
absolutely
what
use that.
happens.
Yeah.
Use it.
It's much better. That brings me up to 15.
15, 15,
16.
16,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
Nice.
And
At
can you roll
least
for
one
self?
of us is safe.
Roll for your baby.
Oh god, the baby. The baby got a bad score.
Baby need a d6?
Oh, the D6 is not going to help baby, unfortunately.
How many coins we got?
Yeah, that's a fun 3 total. So that nat 1 ain't gonna.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Baby did not like.
No, that's fair. That's fine. Everyone except Sunfern saves. You hear the sound, and you are able to sort of cling on to, honestly, like the memories of everything else you've already seen, and the fact that you knew coming in this was going to be bad. And I think for you, Bramblepelt, there is also somehow this understanding of this isn't even necessarily what the monster sounds like. This is what the monster sounds like to these children.
Who've been kept multiple floors away.
Yeah. So this might not mean anything other than just be a reflection of their fear. You basically just kind of hear Sunfern cowering. Mechanically, Sunfern is currently at disadvantage for attack rolls,
Sure.
throws, things like that. It's a modified version of the frightened condition.
Okay.
So we are going to go
Stop the thing that makes
in the
that
basement.
noise in the basement.
Yes.
We still need to figure out how to get in the basement.
Have we tried the door?
We haven't done anything down there except come up the stairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a door to the basement? I guess that's good question.
There's a secret door to the basement.
Would you be able to show us the door?
Can you point to it? And Bramblepelt holds out the crappy map.
Even as you hold out the map, you see the little boy just points to the dollhouse.
Oh,
Yeah, which part on the dollhouse? Here on the base floor, or tell me when?
Is it just the dollhouse?
Inside.
Yeah, because a lot of the time they'll just pop the lid open on those bad boys or like unfold, and we could just get.
I think there's an "Are You
What was
Afraid
that?
of the Dark" episode.
Okay.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Thorn, the little boy, looks kind of up to his sister, like for permission, sort of, and she's sort of giving. She's giving everybody the shady look, like she's not sure if she trusts you guys yet. But then he sort of just points toward the attic of the dollhouse. And then he just says, Daddy used to use the secret door, but he didn't like it when we looked. And you see he gets very similar to what you saw from the children outside. He gets like the very light, sort of almost like Gibbs slap from his sister on the back of the head, like shh.
Do you know how Daddy used the door?
No. We always had to come inside first.
Thank you. You helped us. Is there anything we can do to help you?
We'd like to not be here anymore.
We can work on that.
Okay.
Are there any blankets or anything in this room that's something that looks kind of comfy?
I mean, there are these two beds that look relatively comfortable. Very neglected and unkempt. They are definitely not the most comfortable rooms you have seen or beds you have seen here, but they're the comfiest thing in the room.
Okay. Would you, we found the nursemaid, and we're gonna go take her somewhere safe. Do you want us to take you guys to the same place?
We're not allowed to leave the house.
Even with a grown-up?
But if there's somewhere safe in the house.
We can look.
Okay. Bramblepelt's gonna go pull blankets off of it and be like, okay, so we're gonna take these, and she starts kind of wrapping the remains up and
Sure. Yeah, you're able. They sort of float a little bit away and allow you to sort of scoop their remains on the blankets and kind of bundle them up. As that happens, Rose, the little girl Rosevalda, is watching you very intently just to see kind of what you're doing. Thorn sort of drifts his way over toward the dollhouse, where you are, Agonar, and he kind of looks up, and then he puts his hand kind of up, and you see it passes through the dollhouse, and he reaches up into the attic and sort of points at this wall kind of inside the room that matches this storage room where you had found the nursemaid's body. And then he says, Daddy always went in there to use the secret door. Mommy did too, but not at the same time.
It's good to know. Thank you. I think we'll be able to help you out.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite place in the house?
We mostly just have to stay up here.
Okay.
Well, I think we got to get to exploring. Find you somewhere safe.
Okay. Don't make Mommy angry.
What makes Mommy angry?
Daddy.
Okay.
That makes that makes sense.
Are there things that Mommy likes? Did she ever have like a favorite room in the house or something she liked to look at?
Book club.
Okay.
She and Daddy both spent a lot of time in the study, I think. I think that's what they called the big room with the
Yeah.
books and the desks and things. Never at the same time, though. Mommy used to go in there and slam the door when Daddy was doing other things.
Got it. So maybe there's something in there that we can bring her and she'll stay in a good mood. All right. Let's find a door and then maybe check out the study.
There's something secret in the study, too. Or the library. I don't remember which.
Do you have a study and a library?
I don't know if they know, but I can answer that.
They're living my best life.
I mean, with all these floors. And,
You guys can see from looking at the map and also looking at this model of the dollhouse that what they are probably referring to with both terms is a room that is labeled as the library. Great.
yeah, I'll go ahead and just point and be like, this book room?
This one? This book room or this other book room?
They both nod.
Do we go clear rooms before basement?
If we want to find something that might keep Mom happy, I think we do need to go to those rooms before we head to the basement.
Yeah, at least this one, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paving the way would be nice. Yeah, if there's things in this house that don't want to be in this house, happy to befriend them.
The room that they are indicating is on the second floor. It appears to be one of those rooms that has those wildly bizarre carvings on the doors where the youths were fighting the swarm of bats. There's also 4 piles of deconstructed armor now on that floor, you may recall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Second floor.
What if we just clear the first floor and then work in the reverse?
What are you on the
You guys are currently on the 4th floor.
Fourth.
You're the attic.
We're in the attic.
third floor?
Third floor, we only had like one room, as far as I recall, that we didn't really
Third
look
floor.
at.
Terrible.
So we
Third floor is mostly dunsies. We can inspect the kids' room a little bit more when we pop out of here, and then head back to.
Kids, did you have another room, or is this your only room?
No, this is it.
Okay.
Sometimes we went downstairs to the dining room if Mommy and Daddy were holding a big party and wanted us to be there so that we looked like we were a happy family, like the painting.
So, did the nursemaid stay in that room that's outside of the mirror? Was that her room? Okay.
Yeah.
We definitely need to inspect that room. Okay. Thank you, sweeties. She purrs. If I forgot to say that like a million years ago. Comforting purrs.
Yeah. Purr vibes. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Third floor. Clear the third floor.
I mean, we've cleared this floor, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you finish sort of like bundling these little bodies, you see the ghosts sort of like waver and then just sort of like and the temperature doesn't really go back up per se, but you know, there is no longer ghostly presence around you.
All right. We're gonna
We got a bag. Yeah.
bag them.
I could not, in case they have any tips.
No, well, we can, I mean, that's the glory of the bag. Things go in, they can also come out. But, yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah,
make
but,
sure
like,
that there was, like, a way to not just, like,
Chuck them.
chuck them into the thing.
Yeah. But like, if you do put it there, it's technically not on this plane.
I mean,
Like the explanation that I got, so I don't know if they can.
well, we're in a realm of physics I have no comprehension of.
I'll bear the load of these.
Yeah. That,
I'll just carry these in the normal backpack.
Oh, and the normie? Okay. Okie dokie.
Put 2 small bundles of children into your
2 blankets.
non-interplanar backpack. And are you heading down a floor?
Yep.
Cool. So,
There's I just remembered there is a stove in that room up here. Do we want to
Oh, in the last one?
quick run back and take a look? I think we really searched it pretty good, but
But find the secret door that we now know about and then head downstairs?
Yeah.
So in case we need to run upstairs to secret door, we already know where it is?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Also splitting the park.
Well,
great.
No,
we're on the same level. We're just in different rooms.
Just
hollering
scream if
distance.
it's bad.
yeah, it's fine.
It's bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll run to just check this.
I will help you with that.
Yeah, Eo pops over here to check that stove.
I'll try and find the secret door.
Yeah, secret
Pops over
doors.
to Check secret door.
Secret door. I'm gonna let my little
Sunfern's playing.
Sunfern, you go play with the
spinner.
spider and don't think about stuff.
Boop, boop, boop,
boop,
boop.
boop, 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 boop. Yeah.
Great. Eo, go ahead and roll me perception or investigation. Rest of you who are searching the other room, perception or investigation with advantage.
25.
25. You find
Look at that magic.
a bunch of other documents
Aha.
in here. Look like maybe some legal documents got in here.
Is it
Tell
the
much what.
spindly handwriting?
Yeah, it's that like copper plate, spindly handwriting. Far less able to tell what they are, but there's like a lot of like letterhead happening, and you find little blobs of wax that looks like wax seals that were on things. Like some official documents might have gotten burned in here.
18.
Makes it sound a little more like
9.
Watergate.
18, 9,
23.
Bramble Pelt, you spot it first with Dimitri almost immediately thereafter. It's those cat eyes in the dark. You guys basically find that there is for as dusty and ill-kept as this room is, there's an exceedingly well-hidden like panel over here that just like with a little bit of manipulation pops open, reveals the levers. You're able to maneuver the lever, and then just the whole wall just like shunk and reveals the absolutely most hideous and terrifying looking spiral black marble staircase. It only goes down because there is no up to go to. So it just goes down.
Oh, so this is just a descending
This is
staircase.
only
It's
a
not an
descending
ascending staircase.
I mean, presumably if you were on the bottom of it, it would be ascending, but there is no up to go, so you are
no,
at
staircases
the top.
only, they're mono-directional.
Yeah.
Great. Just out of curiosity, is this a clean staircase, or is this
Pristine.
great? Worse, maybe.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we found that.
Do you think this is more expensive than the red staircase? Because it's technically smaller. It's narrower.
It is, but it is an impressive shape, which is harder to cut,
Yeah.
and also probably cursed.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part expensive house, cursed house.
Yeah, I mean, cursing is extra, but great, we have this on lock.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool. You're heading back down to the third floor real quick?
Yeah.
Yep.
A check-in?
Yes.
Goodbye, spider.
Goodbye, Spidey.
Spitter ticks sadly behind the door as his friend goes away.
No.
Third floor. We're stopping off on the third floor?
Yes. We want to.
So excited.
Did you forget about the tiger? It's definitely not gonna grab your ankles.
So I started blast.
Just walk in, fingers ablazing.
Yeah.
Take a bath while you're here.
Okay. So for clarification
In
slash
acid, I
reminder, you have cleared all of this.
We've not gone on the balcony.
I did see the balcony from upstairs.
Yeah. You saw the balcony
It
from upstairs.
looks
You did not
fine.
see anything there.
Yeah.
So this double doors or bathroom? Double doors.
I
Or the closet. Yeah.
I just wanted to check out the nursemaid's room since we might find some pretty decent clues in there. I mean, if you need to use the facilities, that's up to you.
I'm gonna go in the double door room with the tiger.
I'm gonna stick near Dimitri so he doesn't die.
I'll be at the top of the stairs, just keeping an eye on both parties. Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good. Everybody start with perception checks.
We both got 5.
12.
8.
15.
You know, your 12 could use a d6 to it.
That is true.
If you want.
That's true.
Because we already spent it.
15.
That's true.
Okay.
13.
13, okay. We will scroll back to the correct location on here. We will start with Bramblepelt. Bramblepelt, you do, with the help of your baby, you do a thorough sweep of this area. You find a couple more folded up little like notes. Look very similar to the ones that Yatana had been collecting upstairs. You find them kind of like wedged very deep into like this stuff was like clearly like shoved like under the mattress to kind of hide it, and at some point these kind of got wedged down into the bed frame themselves, so they probably got missed when everything was getting removed from its hiding place. They're very short. They seem to just be very like short, quick, like basically telling someone where to meet them, indicating like rooms of the house or like a room and a time or something. There's not a whole lot of content to it, but it seems to intersect with some of the other pieces of this story that you have kind of put together. Top of the stairs, 15. You're pretty sure some of the pieces of that suit of armor are missing now.
I'm gonna like loosely kick pieces around and see if I can get like the top half on one side of the room and the bottom half on the other side of the room.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of it that's just kind of there, still deanimated, but it looks like there might be some like smaller bits that are gone.
Do I feel like they've turned to dust maybe, or just disappeared? Because this floor was
Hard
pretty
to say.
clean.
This floor was dustier than the lower two, but
Okay.
definitely not as bad as the upper floor. So, Iatana and Dimitri have to. Where is it? There it is. Description. The double doors to this room have dusty panes of stained glass set into them. Designs in the glass resemble, say it with me,
Oh, windmill!
A windmill.
This
They stick to the theme.
Yeah. This dusty cobweb-filled room has burgundy drapes covering the windows. Furnishings include a 4-poster bed with embroidered curtains and tattered gossamer veils, a matching pair of wardrobes, a vanity with a wood-framed mirror and a jewelry box, and a padded chair. A rotting tiger skin rug lies on the floor in front of the fireplace, which has a dust-covered portrait of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst hanging above it. A web-filled parlor in the southwest corner, or whatever corner that is in our directional layout, contains a table and 2 chairs. Resting on the tablecloth is an empty porcelain bowl and a matching jug.
Agnar's gonna want to see that. Jug.
Yeah.
Jug?
Jug.
Jug? Oh, I love jugs. Oh, they're like just a robust pot. Oof. Also, the house is definitely healing because we're missing pieces of this
Wonderful.
armor over here. So.
Grapple Pelt, you also notice you're very distracted over these. I think Sunfern probably draws us to your attention. The crib has fully reformed.
Red alert, cribs back together.
Reformed, even though I took pieces of it. Are there any pieces of it missing?
Missing a chunk.
Can't fully reform if all of your pieces aren't there.
Yeah, is the helmet of the suit of armor here?
Roll me a luck check.
58.
58.
I went percentile.
Do you want
was gonna say.
Do you want it to be present?
I want it to be present so I can take it.
Then yes, it is present.
Okay.
You're all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we gotta start taking trophies left and freaking right.
Put them in the pocket
All right.
dimension.
Yep, pocket dimension.
Jug, here I come.
Cool. Jug. That's not how this goes.
I think we start clockwise and just
Yep. Let's do it.
With the
That
desk.
desk.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take.
I'll keep an eye on the rug while the desk is.
You keep an eye on the rug. You search the. It's a vanity, really, but yes.
Vanity.
There is
mirror.
there's a wood framed mirror here. As you get closer, you see though it, like, from the side as you're coming in, it looks like a mirror. As you get around, it is like fully painted over, with like this kind of weird like. Again, motifs that kind of fit with other things you've seen. There's like a lot of like foliage and stuff, but it looks like somebody just straight up like painted over the mirror, therefore negating any reflective surface on it.
So one of the parents hates mirrors.
Can I just like scrape a tiny bit of the paint off just so there's a little bit of a reflective
Sure.
surface?
Yeah. You've got tools, you've got time. I'll say you can just
Okay.
scratch some of that off, create a little gap.
They come in, we'll know.
And then on top of the vanity, there's some, very ancient, like little like pots and vials of what was probably like makeup and perfume and things. There's a jewelry box. There's two little drawers on the sides.
Oh yeah.
Drawers have little sundries and necessities, little like lace kerchiefs and some ribbons and things, the various little like doodads that a fine lady would use to finish her outfit and her look. A little container of hairpins, the container that was probably once cold cream, things like that. And then in the jewelry box, you see the jewelry box itself is made of silver and has gold filigree of, guess what? A windmill on the top.
Whoa.
Everyone's shocked.
My goodness.
Inside there are 3 gold rings and a thin necklace with a golden stone set in it that looks significantly more expensive.
Has the tiger rug moved?
No.
Ooh.
I will just like point out the jewelry box and then continue
Do you take it?
around. I'm not gonna take it right now.
I will follow up and take that.
Great. I'm just gonna scoop the whole box.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I do want to check the fireplace. 'Cause that's the whole campaign, is checking
Yeah.
Checking the fireplace.
the fireplace.
Oh,
Oh boy.
gold rings.
Rings.
I'm gonna put all of these gold rings on.
All of your fingers
Yep,
fall
those
off.
gold rings are totally safe for you contact with you.
Whoa. There's
You
no.
just
I need to
there's,
remember to bring
yeah,
up
there's,
the after dark.
there's no
all of these
platinum
things
necklace
that, like,
here.
3 of the 4 people at the stable are so sketch about.
We're deeply paranoid. I don't know what you're talking about.
Great. You're continuing around the room. This rug looks beat to hell and kind of hideous, honestly. Definitely feels like this was probably a trade-off. Elizabeth got the vanity and Gustav got his goddamn rug in the
tiger.
bedroom. Portrait above.
There's a lot in that.
Portrait above the fireplace looks like it was probably a wedding photo, or at least a portrait in the wedding clothing. Elizabeth seems like marginally less disdainful than she does in the family portrait.
Are they
but
happy?
like it's definitely another he's sitting and looks just pleased as punch, and she is there also.
She married the Tiger King. What you gonna do?
Don't marry the tiger.
Yeah, don't do that.
What about that chair?
That big plush chair, distinctive impression of a butt.
I'm gonna search it for traps. I'm gonna search it for
Oh, yes, the super serious horror game.
Yeah.
Butt chair.
I don't know how better to describe it. Somebody has sat in that chair in that spot a lot. Yeah, go ahead. Search for
any
traps.
loose coins that may have fallen out of pockets or
Yeah, it's actually really important.
investigation 16.
We need those coins.
16.
Just 1,000 gold
We
coins.
just need 1,000 gold coins, but give me that. Give me the goods.
How? Oh God! Have we already wrecked the mood hard enough for me to do this? Probably. Yeah.
You find smaller
you start
butt.
feeling along couch cushions and things like that. You find 3 silver. You also find another one of these very slender, almost letter opener style daggers that has clearly been deliberately stashed down in here.
I'm starting to think this family might have had some issues.
Was
These
it
are metal, though. They're not made of wood.
Was it the murder of the help that gave it away?
I think help is maybe a strong word for this poor
Actually-
woman's position.
As you kind of rifle through the vanity, you would have found that there were a couple of hairpins. Same thing. They're sharpened to an absolute point. They're 100%
Yeah, we're grabbing some hairpins. I'll take 3 for fun.
yeah.
All right. Windows, windowsills, curtains.
You rifle through, you look out the window, mist, as far as the eye can see. There's this weird thing where it's like the moonlight is kind of coming in a little bit. You get a little bit of this ambient light, but you can't actually see anything out the windows.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Was there anything in the fireplace?
A log sitting on
Okay.
the
No
rack
fun
ready.
little bits of a puzzle.
No.
No more puzzles.
Time to go. Feel under the mattress.
Yep. Yes. Under the mattress, all the way around, flipping the pillows up and holding the breath.
Give me an investigation check for the
Advantage.
funsies.
Take it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be inspecting the jug the entire time.
This is a really
Oh, that's awful.
probably worth at least 200 gold.
10.
In the bag of
No.
Yeah, as a keeper.
I'm a draw.
There's nothing in this bed. Let's be real.
You go
Certainly
through.
not love.
Let's really see anything. As you're shaking everything out and going, there's nothing in this bag. A little vial, kind of tinks out of the bedclothes is the word I'm looking for. On one side, Iatana, you pick it up. Give me a nature check or a medicine check with advantage.
That's so funny. Nature or medicine? 22.
20.
They're both 15.
Yeah, that's fine. 22. You pop the cork, sniff this. This is definitely one of those things that very wealthy ladies like to keep on hand when they are tired of having
Poison?
their figure ruined by children.
Poison.
Not the one you thought, though.
Not what I thought.
I mean, You could probably do other nefarious things with it.
I mean, multi-use products are the best.
Yeah. But also clearly brewed by someone who knows what they're doing.
Vial of anti-children. Brewed by
Broccoli juice.
Yeah, that's really. Yeah, exactly.
You didn't expect to be using in your campaign, but I have anyway.
It's a bottle full of chores.
Oh, it's a bottle of headache.
Yeah. It does have a lot,
Yeah, I bet she has headaches a lot.
as the children
I mean,
pointed
Dad is like, dang, I don't think she's had a not headache day since
we got married.
maybe before.
He's made a portrait every non-headache day.
Comes back as they're in the middle. It's wild.
Continuing around the room, you fling open these wardrobes. Following the theme, they're empty.
All right.
And then over here, aside from that very nice jug that Agnar is now like obsessed with, and informs
200
you
gold
is-
value jug.
Yeah,
It's a nice
It's a
jug.
great jug.
yeah, it's
good
worth
jug.
a good
Nice
amount of money.
jug.
There's this tablecloth. There's these chairs. Nothing particularly of interest.
Okay.
You do also see there's a door across from the bed, which when you open it up, opens to an extremely empty closet.
How big do you think it is?
Big enough to hide a body. What do you want?
I will get inside and close the door.
What?
Closet of devouring.
Yeah, devouring,
Oh,
transportation. Oh, God.
It's only an 8.
It's dark in here. Kind of
I've got
musty.
double sight, so I can.
You look up.
You can see the mimic.
You look
inside
up
the minute.
and see just an extraordinary amount of cobwebs above you that kind of look like they might be moving.
Oh, get out of the closet.
Okay.
Nothing in there. I mean, cobwebs and probably is another spider. So, see you, buddy.
Spider?
Spider's like, I haven't had blood in 1,000 years.
Sunford weirdly perks up next to you in the other room for some inexplicable reason.
You want to go get it?
Must play.
You can go get it. We've been sitting in this room for, I don't know, a while, and they're still in that other room, so we might as well walk over there and see what's going on.
Bro, have you seen this jug?
Wow, that's a beautiful jug. I did
You
hear
get it.
you.
You get it.
Yeah, I heard you saying something about magnificent pottery. So I will.
So thin.
I
That's
will-
good. That shows craft.
Oh,
Disciplined hand.
House falls, everyone dies.
yeah.
Anything else you want to do on this floor?
We gotta clear the water closet still. And the closet.
Yeah.
I thought you just cleared the
Checking those
closet.
checking those other two doors out.
Yeah.
Oh, the other
Oh,
closet.
The other closet.
As I'm walking by the closet, we can poke our head in the closet.
You would have been doing that while we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, the backup
Are they
pots might
done
be in
yet?
there.
Okay.
We're flipping the
Yeah.
mattress.
The backup jugs.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, where is this thing?
There's
on the
a
map?
between the yeah.
Between Baby and Beth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I was looking for something else that I read on my thing where I was like, where the hell is that? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're not gonna trigger that trapdoor anyway.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Who's going
didn't see
into
it.
the obviously water closet and who's checking the other room?
Water closet.
Water closet.
Other room.
Other room.
Other room.
Other room.
I'll play hallway watch.
Okay, cool.
Bathtub mimic.
No, just a water weird.
Yeah. Oh, we love a water beard.
Oh. Tried so hard to be friends with it.
It was
Nailed
mostly
it.
fine.
Dimitri, you kick open, fling open, gently maneuver your way through the door and find a dark room containing a wooden tub with clawed feet, a small iron stove with a kettle resting atop it, and a barrel under a spigot in the eastern wall. There is information listed here, which is delightful, and I have no idea how you would know it on this floor, which is fascinating to me. But yeah, it's a water closet.
The stove? Check the stove for stuff.
You check the stove for stuff. You just shards of ash and charcoal.
All right.
It is bone dry in here.
Well, that's good.
Is it?
Gonna head out.
Cool. Other room. Dusty shelves line the wall of this room. A few of the shelves have folded sheets, blankets, and old bars of soap on them. A broom leans against the far wall. And there's just webs and dust everywhere.
Clear.
Closed door.
Great.
Yeah, nothing of a note over here.
No.
Time for the library study book room.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Level 2.
What is the status of these armor?
Everybody give me perception checks.
17.
14.
7.
18.
13.
Everybody but Agnar, who is like really thrilled with like the perfect curvature of the bottom of this porcelain and how it's like perfectly even on all sides. It's incredibly difficult to do. It might actually be worth more than you originally thought. It's hard to tell though. You're not really an appraiser.
Double the price.
The rest of
got
you,
it.
the rest of you notice that like it's still a mess down here, but the mess feels different.
In what way?
You start looking around, you start doing some tallies. There are pieces missing from all 4 of these suits of armor, too.
Pieces missing, or like
Pieces no longer present. Like, you count, like,
4 gloves.
yeah, like 6 gauntlets, like 5 greaves, like, you know,
I can't
3
believe it.
helmets.
I'm really glad you took those stupid spears. Well done.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like double check that I still have 4 spears.
You do still have 4 spears.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. If there's any helmets laying around, just gonna snag those.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 are still on this floor.
Great. We're just gonna shove some stuff in that bag just in case.
Bag.
Cool.
Many doors on this floor.
But we know that the library,
Is this one.
The thing
based on the model,
Yeah, I'm gonna say that because you guys looked at the dollhouse and you have these blueprints, like between those 2 things, I will now just tell you what any room is, and we will say
Great.
that you know.
what a terrible room to have your door open immediately into the stairs. If you're a sleepwalker, you won't be for long.
Or a sleep floor.
Okay.
You know, I hadn't looked at that, but you are very correct. That's
Of all
like
the
a
evil
Sim
things
film
in
in
this
Strangerville.
house,
that's the servant's room,
this,
so they gotta be real
Tracks.
close.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
terrible.
the wife may have arranged this.
Almost certainly.
I am certain she has orchestrated more than 1 or 2 things.
All right, there are
stabbing?
books. I'm
The
going in
stabbing.
for the books.
Yeah,
That was
that
7
one.
things.
I would say
Books.
quite a few.
books
Yes.
first.
Book, learning.
Let me find the flavored text.
Blueberry, raspberry.
Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room.
Red velvet.
An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-back chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in the corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the other wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily reach the high shelves.
Are there any books that are not completely destroyed and deteriorated, which would obviously be magical?
Everything in here looks pristinely untouched. It's lightly dusty in here, but it's dusty in the like, the maid forgot to hit this room today way, not like the absolute screw our children, forget them in the attic
Oh
way.
my god, all of the books are magic.
Bramblepelt is going to go where the ladder is and take a look at what is in the general vicinity of where the ladder is currently located. She's going to scramble all the way up and read as many book titles as she can.
The ladder is currently located by, first of all these books, very, very similar. We're talking an era and a wealth level where you go and get your books rebound so that they all match, which makes this a little bit tricky. This particular area seems to be an area about alchemy. As you kind of look around, especially because you've scrambled up and kind of get a scan, you can see that essentially things are like ordered by topic. There's some sort of weird, corrupted Dewey Decimal system going on here where you've basically got like history, warfare, alchemy, poetry, architecture, fiction, like...
I mean, at least they're not doing that chaotic thing where everything is literally just by the color of the spine, so everything is just in an insane location.
Everything is oxblood red,
Perfect.
except for a couple of scattered like golds and blacks that look like maybe they just hadn't had a chance to be rebound yet, like maybe they were newer acquisitions. But yeah, so it's very aesthetic.
Yeah, Bramblepel just kind of starts listing off some titles. Like, I think we got somebody's into cooking in here.
Oh, hold up the vial.
Yeah, like that kind of cooking, probably.
I'll take those books on war.
Okay, pop a couple off the shelf. Do I die?
No, but as soon as you pull them off the shelf, they crumble to dust in your hands.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
Huh.
Give it, what were we up there, like 20 minutes?
Dimitri just starts pulling on the bottom shelf where he's at. Just
Yeah, if there's something hidden in a book, it's going to be much easier to find out.
That is true. I could.
Everybody make me a Constitution saving throw to see who gets asthma spontaneously as all these books disintegrate.
It's not me.
Oh no.
dirty 20.
Ha! Nat 20.
Nat 20 as well.
13.
You sneeze a little bit. You do not generate an immediate respiratory disease, but boy, it gets dusty in here fast. I'm glad that I burned all of your good rolls on did you survive the books.
No, Sunfern's also coughing. If
Yeah.
you were curious. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby.
Little spurts of fire
Is that a
kind of burn
hairball?
away some of the dust.
It's a quick way to clear out the dust in a room.
Yeah, tries not to hit the books because he's not sure, but like, yeah. Little buddy. As you are pulling, I should probably make you roll for the check, but I'm not going to because in the true spirit of chaos. No, you guys just start ripping these books off the shelves until suddenly, Dimitri, you like grab one and you pull it, and instead of it crumbling in your hands like there's two, it just goes ka-chunk, and the bookshelf goes
Yeah.
and
Dimitri, you've solved the house.
You've done it.
you see a secret room opens up. It's this section over down here.
Oh, the room without doors.
Yeah, weirdly it's the room without doors.
I thought that's where we put the Sims.
Yeah.
It's an experiment.
This secret room contains bookshelves packed with tomes describing fiend summoning rituals and the necromantic rituals of a cult called the Priests of Ozibus.
Check the book.
Yeah.
Could we get a spelling, Alandra?
Osybus. A heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet stands against the far wall, its lid half closed. Sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armor. And by sticking out of, it's definitely like you're seeing like it is closed on the like head and shoulders that is inside. And the rest of it is like collapsed on the floor in front of it.
So probably poisoned or trapped.
Ingredients.
I'm going to open the lid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Stand back. Open.
You open the lid and you hear the like grating creak of a mechanic that should have worked but has long ago fallen apart. You can see now that you are up close that this skeleton appears to have 3 small darts stuck in its chest.
And a coin pouch on its belt.
Weirdly, no.
Rich
but
intruder.
It is holding the arm that is like inside the trunk is holding a letter.
I'll reach in and take it.
Okay.
And then read
Uh-oh.
I mean, I'm assuming you don't have to read it, but
it. No,
seems like the next natural step.
Yep.
My most pathetic servant. I am not the messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortunes spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich.
What does it say?
I read that out loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In the.
Could you not tell by
It's practically your accent. Yeah. Oh my god, is that like your brother?
Could be. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, probably not. Zorovich Skorkova, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Cousin?
Yeah.
Or maybe if we did a.
Or like just like, you know, brother.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Additionally, you do find a few other items in the bottom of this trunk, because I'm assuming you will check after you pass this letter around. You find 3 blank books with black leather covers. They have not yet been rebound. You find 3 spell scrolls. You find a deed to the house, a deed to a windmill,
Windmill.
and a signed will.
You know what's gonna pay for a lot of lives? A whole house.
If we own the house and can take value out of it, if we trigger the amulet enough times, the house will disappear.
Wait, you're saying we have to make the house go bankrupt?
Yes! Capitalism is the
Is
enemy.
the solution?
It's the problem and
And the
last
solution.
item.
Oh my god.
A deed to the house, a deed to the windmill, and a signed will.
Signed bill, thank you.
As you investigate further, you see that the windmill is situated in the mountains east of a place called Valaki. The will is signed by both Gustav and Elizabeth Durst, and it bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of their parents' deaths.
Okay, well,
Thornbolt's a sick name.
it is a good name.
Scroll of Bless, Scroll of Protection from Poison, and Scroll of Spiritual Weapon. Valuable, case of death. Also, useful.
Yeah, possibly useful in so many ways.
Also, I happen to have this, and he pulls out a playing card. Oh, it's a it's a deck of cards. Okay, never mind. I thought it was something else. He just kind of puts it back.
What was the card that you pulled?
Ace. It's an ace. Ace of spades.
It's
I
the
don't-
instruction
I
card.
I don't know why. It's a joker.
Who is currently examining the documents?
The document queen.
She's scrapbooking.
As you are kind of looking at these, you do see that as you're handling them, they start to kind of crumble at the edges. They don't fully like poof into dust the way the rest of the books did, but they definitely start to like actively decay in your hands.
Cool. Put down. Pull out gloves. Yeah, I will find a way to like kind of press them in the pages so that they are not like
And sort of tuck them in.
impacted by other things as I'm going through.
So they're not exposed to oxygen anymore.
The book is so tight.
And that was what's in the chest. Anything in the bookshelves, or is it just random stuff?
There are a bunch of books. These also, they age remarkably as you start to pull them up, but they don't immediately seem to disintegrate like other things did. How much time do you want to spend taking a look at them?
0 time.
Great. Go ahead. An Arcana check. Just see how quickly you can ascertain any information.
22.
22. Cool. Also, you should give me a religion check.
Yeah.
Cleric.
Cleric things. 19.
19. You start flipping through these books. You have some familiarity with Arcana, with rituals to summon things. These look funky.
Got it.
You're pretty sure the vast majority of these books are absolute bunk. You show them to the rest of the party, and Agonar, you look. You're pretty sure the Priests of Osbus was a garage band that played in like a cafeteria gig or something back in the war camp.
Yeah, this is all just made up shenanigans. The cult of whatever this is would have literally believed in anything.
I'm like checking the book.
Do we have any knowledge of undead?
Yes, you certainly collectively have some knowledge of undead. What knowledge would you like God to bequeath upon you?
I just want to read over his, just the tone of that letter from Strahd Zorovich.
Oh, sure.
Also, vibe check. We know who Strahd is?
You have certainly heard of Strahd Zorovich, the Lord of Ravenloft, Master of the Land, one with the land. Yeah. You know that he is the Dread Lord of this domain of Dread of Ravenloft, in which Barovia is resident. You know that he is generally not a good dude.
And we know how long he's been in control?
Forever.
Cool.
For time immemorial.
Old.
Yeah.
Because he talks about his arrival in this family. The old.
Well, yeah, I mean, we are also aware that this property has been like this for a really long time.
Right.
Maybe not as long as Strahd has allegedly been here, but we're aware that this is not like a new location.
The information and stories that are compiled within the book that was given to you, I don't know if you guys ever got his name, by Leon, the slightly crazy bear dude.
I got his
who was in the cart with you. The book that was given to you, contains testimonials dating back centuries that have been collected over years and years.
Sure. Okay.
Yes, so checking the book and then also just cross-checking with Tana.
You're getting a lot of like weird pulses from Tana, mostly discomfort. Definitely some nudges of like not wanting to stay in one place for too long, things like that. Looking at the letter and kind of understanding tone and things like that. I will just give you, like, one does not ask favors of the Lord of a domain of dread unless you think you've got something, unless you think you've got a reason to either be owed or deserve a favor. So either, presumably Gustav was the recipient of this letter based on context clues. Either Gustav thought he had a reason to deserve help or has a really good bargaining chip somewhere. I will, spoilers, which is this entire run. You all also know that Strahd von Zarovich is an immortal of the vampiric persuasion. Right, like
What?
This whole time.
I was pretending not to know.
everybody just looks like, we all know this, right? And there's like, oh yeah, we can talk about it now.
The big secret.
The big secret. No, you all know that he is a vampire, and not just a vampire, but like a great and powerful vampire lord. So there may be things that would be of high enough value to him or useful enough to him to bargain with, but what those things are is a very interesting question.
Yes. Okay.
And there's nothing in our book about cult or
There are references
Omnibus.
There are references to this cult of Ossibus, or Ospus, whatever. I can't even pronounce it because it's not a real god, first of all.
Aussie bus.
What?
At least it's not a god that your cleric or your druid have ever heard of. And the notes in the book seem to indicate that this is probably as much an invention of getting people to do what you want them to do by making them believe in something on your behalf, as it is actually drawing power from some alternate source.
All right. Music room? Or
We haven't actually found anything that I think we could
bargain.
give to the mom
Right.
yet. So
We did not look at
Fireplace.
the desk.
Yeah,
do
desk.
another suite maybe.
Yeah. But there's a desk.
Was really hoping for like a hidden book,
Yeah.
cut out, heart sake keep thing.
Or, I mean, maybe
Here's
she just
our
liked coming in
signed-
here and messing with his stuff.
Signed the divorce papers, maybe?
Torturing the skeleton.
Or laying the trap for his eventual demise.
Ooh, yeah.
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 Y'all dig through the desk. You find, excuse me, an oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinderbox, a letter kit that contains a red wax candle, 4 sheets of blank parchment, and a wooden seal bearing the Durst family's insignia. Guess what it is?
A windmill.
A bat.
A portrait of the family.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point.
It's a windmill.
No.
It's a windmill. You go through all of the drawers. They are all empty except for the one that contains a big ass iron key that I'm not even going to make you roll to realize probably fit the door to the children's room.
We never knew.
Attached to the key ring of this is a slightly smaller iron key that probably fit the padlock.
Don't need
Yucky.
these anymore.
Yeah.
Clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
So yeah, study might have just been a get away, not a covet something.
Yeah.
I'll just break a leg off this table and take it with us.
Because you're afraid of the desk reforming?
Oh, anything's a weapon in this house.
Okay.
This is basically a 5th spear.
I mean, given...
Fireplace check.
Holds open note from
Perception.
Strahd. Given, you know.
Cocked.
20, not nat.
With an illegitimate 20, like so many things are
Much like-
illegitimate in this house. You start rifling through the fireplace and you find some more burnt scraps of paper. These are a different handwriting than any of the previous scraps you have discovered. It appears to be from what languages do you speak?
Comic, Druidic, Elvish, Elvish, Primordial, Quarry, and Sylvan.
It appears to be in a language you do not understand.
Anyone know this?
Abyssal Common, Goblin, Infernal, Minotaur, Undercommon. You know which one I want it to be.
I know what you wanted to be, and sadly it's not.
Means
Celestial's the only extra one I have.
Orc is the only extra one I have.
Bramble Pelt, you recognize this.
It's Minotaur.
Yes.
I too also have Abyssal and Infernal.
Yeah, you also recognize this then. This appears to be at least the. You don't have the signature, so you don't know if it went through, but it appears to be pieces of an Infernal contract.
That's bad luck.
Unfortunately, the portion where you would be able to tell if it was signed by both parties and made legitimate is burned away.
I'm curious if any of the terms are legible.
Firstborn child,
say
blood of a
check.
maiden.
Soul, yeah.
Terms and conditions may apply.
Not ideal. Would you happen to also be reading this, sir?
Yeah, I'll assist your luck.
Great, that would be amazing.
You can't assist on a luck check. That's not how it works. It's a
D6?
flat roll.
I'm sorry, I didn't even roll the right thing. You said a luck check?
Yeah. I like that all my Delta Green players are like, no, that's a percent.
No, it's a percentile.
Yeah.
Because that's a 55, which I like better.
Crit!
That is, I was gonna say, and because we are playing D&D, I am playing higher is better, which I know is not traditionally in DG. You want to roll under.
I'm not even playing that game.
But that is a crit, and it is above the 50% mark. So initially, you're like, I don't even think that. Oh, and you flip it over. And you go, all right, it's Infernal.
I speak all these languages.
The signatures go
eyeballs.
at the top and Infernal.
Yeah, sorry.
It's so weird. It's written from bottom to top. It's wild. You take a look at this. Most of it is burned away or destroyed, but what you can pick up on it, it definitely appears to be an exchange of knowledge, requesting some sort of trade of forbidden knowledge or forbidden lore in exchange for soul might be the right corollary term in common. Essence, embodiment, maybe. Translations are weird, right?
Yeah.
They can mean.
I think it says Katra. That's a joke for 2.5 people. Carry on.
Yeah, no, that's about what you get.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. The
Hair.
insidey bit. Yeah. For exchange for fur balls. God, if only.
Yeah, could have easily been a possession. Could have been a sacrificing of soul up front later. But most likely some secret knowledge was brought into this house.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't know who did the deed.
That's definitely Christoph.
Well, we know at least somebody did the deed. Yeah, so
At least 2 people.
at least 2 people, and then the other one. Never mind.
Oh.
Dimitri's at this point playing the harpsichord in the other room.
While they
Oh
were
God, you're gonna summon the Phantom.
Gossamer drapes cover the windows and still against the appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling, upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass wall hanging to depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. Harpsichord with a bench rests in the northwest corner. What's that performance check?
24 nat 20.
Oh man, the most glorious classical music is just erupting from
Dimitri,
this
I didn't know you played.
which is in perfect tune.
Neither did I.
Yeah, this isn't weird at all. I can't stop.
I'm stuck here forever.
As you keep playing, you glance around. You don't even have to look at what you're doing. You're just so feeling the music. You also realize that there are these like alabaster figurines of dancers on the mantelpiece and all these paintings of dancers. And as you look around more and more, you just realize they're all skeletons. Every single one of them. This is a dance of the dead.
Sure is.
Dating.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, just
Never played before.
That's disconcerting. I mean, actually, no, I would actually love it if all of my instruments could just like give me the knowledge as soon as I picked them up. That would actually be pretty cool.
Well, I'm happy you were able to stop me.
Yes, very good.
Fireplace?
Nothing there of note.
I mean, that's wild. They seem to be burning these letters left and right, just like
Yeah.
all over the place. Maybe that's why they definitely got caught.
I mean, this is a big exposed room. This is probably not where they destroyed the evidence of whatever they were doing.
We've literally found it in like every other room.
The small lockable doors.
Not the
Rooms.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh. Nah.
Meh. Okay.
Anything else interesting?
Anything else?
Moving
Nothing
on.
else of note.
Move all the chairs 1 foot.
Break a leg off of every single chair.
Just face them all to the wall.
We will just hand wave. You poke your head into the servants' room. It's some real bad looking cots, like the rope laced kind with the straw mattress. There's a couple of like foot lockers at the bottom. Nothing in them. Blankets are folded neatly. Have just that light coating of dust over them. There's a couple of uniforms with the Durst family crest, which, as we all know by now, is a windmill. Hanging, looks like one male and one female set of clothing.
All right.
Secret door time?
Do we want to check downstairs?
Yeah.
Just knock it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I want to check every fireplace, including that one that I missed earlier in the hallway.
There's nothing in there.
Great.
You would have done that. All right.
Fireplace.
Y'all pop downstairs where you want to go. So you have been through this entryway area. There were a bunch of ancient portraits in this portion. So again, from having looked at the dollhouse, I will just give you the freebies because it's easier for all of us. You know that there is a dining room over here. There is a coat room closet, like a coat closet here. A kitchen with a pantry behind it over here, and Daddy's stuffed animal room, which you have ascertained to be some sort of man cave.
right. Stuffed animal room has a lot of vibes to it as a statement.
Daddy's stuffed animal.
So do we? Everything seems mundane except for the animal room. Do we just?
Let's just clear it.
Just
Do
yeah,
Just do it.
Just get in, get out, hopefully in one piece.
Don't eat anything. I feel
I'm
like I
established
just
that.
want to say that
I'm
out
gonna
loud again.
open the door and Eldritch Blast the first thing I see. Whatever it is.
In the stuffed
Yes.
animal room.
In
You can roll to see
Daddy's
whatever it is.
I'm going to roll to see what it is that you hit. We're just gonna assign the four corners of the room. You whip open the door and pop off an Eldritch Blast into this corner here. Go ahead and give me an attack roll to see how good your blast is. Oh, that good.
11.
did not come in blasted.
11. You see the weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, of a massive mounted stuffed wolf that you sort of because you kind of blind fired, right? So you kind of grazed it, so it kind of does the rock slightly. You see here,
Do
I'll
the
just.
rock away.
I can just give you some visuals of there's just these massive.
That was a
Oh.
deep callback.
So cute.
Things. All
that's interesting.
over the place.
Yeah, cute is the word we have for that.
Pretend this is a
I have some over here.
stag's
Do
head
you also want some?
over the mantelpiece because
Do you
I
need
didn't
a
grab a
crack?
deer. Sorry, guys.
It looks identical.
Yeah, same thing.
I see it in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
Bramblепelt hates this room, just for future reference.
yeah,
like-
no, that's valid.
Yeah, she really hates this room.
Sunford just starts hissing
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
a cat.
Uh-huh.
And
There's a little bit of steam.
and I'm ready to be mauled to death.
A little bit of steam.
Close my eyes a little bit.
They're all stuffed.
That's the worst part.
Oh no.
I am so sorry. I have understood your plight. Let's just close this door.
Everybody roll 1d4 for therapy.
Yeah, for real.
4. I won therapy.
You won therapy.
So yeah, is there anything of value on the table that look from here?
Taking a look around here, there's, I mean, mostly you're very distracted by these incredibly massive stuffed, horrible animals. You do see that there is a cabinet kind of right near you that looks like it is the hunting supplies cabinet. Looks like it's got some like weapons and things in it.
I bet you there's a crossbow in here. I'm gonna look for a crossbow.
Do you need a crossbow?
I don't. In fact, I don't actually want one.
No. Well,
I have
that's
no
bummer.
use. I have no use for a
Because you do
crossbow.
find a heavy crossbow, a light
So
crossbow, a
specific.
hand crossbow, and 60 crossbow bolts.
Oh, hello. What are you finding all those bows?
just kind of just
Ammunition.
come out. with my hands full and hand-
Woohoo!
Spicy.
Thank God.
And close it up. Shut the door.
Yeah. Just quietly step out, close the door. Nothing to see in there.
All right.
Sure. Love it. I love it. I love it.
Next person to do rash, irresponsible thing, or do I just do it again?
Just gonna go
Dining
pass
room?
through the dining room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all wander through the dining room.
Dimitri goes in the other door. To the dining room.
Ah, yes.
Flank the dining room.
Dining room.
I will flank the dining table.
The centerpiece of this wood-paneled dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace is a mahogany-framed painting of an alpine
Strahd.
vale.
Whoa, gotcha.
The wall paneling is carved with elegant images of deer among the trees. Red silk drapes cover the windows, and a tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf hangs from an iron rod bolted to the south wall.
I'm just like. I'm sorry, we really wanted it to be a portrait of Strahd over here, so now we've just spiraled into the abyss.
That's fine. Look, here's the thing.
That's what Strahd
We can talk about this in the After Dark. The portraiture and imagery in this is wild because 9 times out of 10 it's a windmill, and then when it's not, it's like, okay, cool.
Sure.
Why?
Anyway, yeah. So this is a dining room with a bunch of stuff. Everybody make me perception checks for the fun of it.
Yes, 21.
Great, I don't mind. No.
9.
20, sorry.
14.
16.
16. Again, Agnar, you're like, I think you're probably assessing what's on this table, this crystalware and silverware, seeing if there's any like really refined.
Not real.
pottery.
Not real.
Yeah,
not
like
real,
no,
not
fake,
real.
fake, gonna disintegrate. My Arcana check is tingling. The rest of you notice that all of these carved wooden panels, much like every other panel in this house, when you get closer, is not what it looks like. It looks like these beautiful deers amongst the trees, and then as you get closer, you see that all of the trees have these like grotesque, twisted faces of pain and horror in the bark, and that there are wolves lurking amongst the foliage watching the deer.
Pleasant.
Surprisingly, the tapestry is a totally normal, like, aristocrats on horses with dogs chasing a wolf. Like, very standard, no creepy hidden messaging, just a tapestry.
Kitchen.
Nothing behind.
Nope.
Fireplace.
Empty. Clean and empty.
Oh.
So nice. The kitchen is tidy with dishware, cookware, and utensils placed neatly on shelves. A work table has a cutting board and a rolling pin atop of it. A dome-shaped oven stands near the east wall. Behind the stone and to the left is a thin door leading to a well-stocked pantry. The food seems to be good, but also seems very boring. It's a lot of
No.
grains, potatoes, fruit, vegetables.
No.
Absolutely not.
Root vegetables last forever.
No.
Beef jerky.
Uh-huh.
Everything looks
Preserved with
shockingly
salt.
fresh.
And sin,
Yeah, no.
probably.
Yeah, the shockingly fresh part, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Seals
kind
it.
of gives it away.
All right. I believe that is exhausting. I mean, we have exhausted the house.
Yes. Well, the
I'm gonna take a peek out on the front porch because we had the gate closed, but not
Yep.
the front door.
we gotta check on those kiddos.
Yeah.
Check on the other kiddos.
You see no children. You see your candle burning with a flickering black flame in the place where you left it. It does not appear to have reduced in size at all.
We knew it was haunted. Like this is.
I mean, we did.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with flame. That wasn't a black flame candle.
No, not to begin with. No.
Oh, okay.
It was a normal candle that the ghost children couldn't pick up.
Right. No.
Do you
Caught
want to put it
that.
out?
I mean, it's chilling. I don't know if it's doing any harm, any good. The kids aren't here, but
Cool.
who knows?
I mean,
that.
the house knows we're here.
Yeah, for sure.
Has anything about the paintings in that front room changed? Like in that little entryway?
Aside from the fact that they're all looking at you.
Oh, hey, friends. It's fine.
No.
What?
Do they actually move to look at?
No, I mean they're
Just-
not actively moving. It's just like now that you like before it was that very stoic sort of like, ah yes, I am a sea captain. Ah yes, I am a rich lady. And now it's that very pointed like.
No.
Ugh. So it is an act, like the painting is physically different. It's not
The
just like
painting
they
is
painted the
physically-
eyes in the funky way
no.
that they seem to follow
No,
you.
the painting is physically shifted its position.
Ooh, I actually know what to do with this one. I'm gonna take out one of these letter openers and just slice all of their heads off.
Oh my god.
I happen to have one too, so
Variable Pelt is plugging her ears and making sure that baby is also nope, we're not. Yeah, flatten ears, cover
I
up.
got-
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got baby.
Okay, no, we're not doing this again. No more screaming.
I get advantage on wisdom.
Oh, that's really good.
Roll me, you two who are actively defacing things.
Yes.
Charisma saving throws.
Easy peasy. Oh, 18.
it's a 16. I think that's a 16.
We got coins.
You think it's a 16?
No, it's a 16.
Okay.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the end of the, it's 9:45. Oh,
9:50.
We're gonna both take a D6.
Is it 9:15?
It's 9:53, and we have a whole other session.
Two, in fact.
Yeah. To live
Yeah,
I thought coins don't roll over.
17.
They don't.
Yeah.
So
So if you want to burn them now.
23.
23. Great.
Huh.
And what did you get with your
17.
17?
It's a 1.
That's one more.
and that could easily be the difference.
Cool. As you touch your letter openers to these things, both of you, for the briefest of moments, see a flash of somewhere else. You are caught in a swirling maelstrom rain with thunder and lightning crackling overhead and pulsing magma below you. And somehow, miraculously, you both blink and you're still standing where you were. And you all feel the house around you go and almost constrict in for a moment. And that is where we will end our session.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching. This has been Death House Revisited, our very horror-themed up-leveled rendition of the Death House chapter of Curse of Strahd. Congratulations, everyone. Nobody went down this session. I'm quite impressed. And you gained a lot of horrible cursed knowledge. That will definitely not come back to bite you all later. The rest of this week, we've got some more stuff coming up for you. For the redacted reports, there is nothing tomorrow. You all must suffer in the knowledge of what happened last week and or catch up, but we will be having our live talk back here on the Quests and Chaos YouTube channel on Wednesday the 18th, 7 p.m. Pacific. On Thursday, you do get a new episode of Inspiration Point that I'm sure I was told what the topic was, but I don't remember. I believe it has to do with rolling up encounters or something. It's a very cool take on how to use tables and roll counters from the player's handbook to help create stuff for your game. Check it out. Adam and Ren are great on that. Next Monday, Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk will return as we finally get to find out where everybody is going. We will not be back next week. We are off for 1 week before we will come back to conclude this. So please keep us in mind. Don't forget about us. We have more spooky spook to do at the later part of this month. But do keep an eye and an ear out, especially if you're not in our Discord, hop in our Discord, because that is where we will give you updates on our Call of Cthulhu Horror on the Orient Express campaign that will be starting on Saturday the 21st, as well as hopefully an Arena of the 5 E's, which is a very fun and terrifying thing that we do where we let our patrons build us characters and then we throw a bunch of people into a box of monsters and make them fight. Anyway, thank you so much. If you are a member of our Patreon, you can hop over to the link for our live After Dark, where we would talk a little bit about why 3 out of the 4 people at this table are so utterly terrified when I say incredibly innocuous things. And even if you are not a member of our Patreon, thank you for supporting us by following us, by leaving comments on our YouTube, by sharing our links. Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you. Let me know if you have ideas for what sorts of horrible up-leveled monsters I should throw at these folks, because once again, we will be leveling up at the end of this episode, so we are going into the next episode 2 weeks from now at level 8. This is a level 1 module. Help me destroy them. Thank you all, and we will see you all next time. Good night.